a vintage air system installed in Carl that the previous owner had put in, but we haven't had it running for over a year. So with the weather heating up, it was time to learn how to recharge my AC system. Okay, so before Ross, who helped us actually start the car with the engine and everything, before Ross gets here, we are going to replace our receiver, dryer, and check all of our connections before he gets here. Got new gaskets for this, because we're fancy here at Ellie's garage. I know I'm getting it all over my hands.
I think it's not a big deal.
And I'll tighten them down.
And you kind of just, you know, you push the thing. Did you see how you kind of push it in first and then start tightening? Yeah, so you can seat it all the way in.
Voila.
Good job.
Alright, so with that, all of our connections are tightened. And Ross is here, so we are going to move on to actually getting to the main part of this video, which is recharging the AC system.
So, step one. I want you to take this, I want you to hang this somewhere so it's easily accessible and easily readable. What that is, that's your high side and your low side, all right? So when your compressor runs and operates, you have one side that's making pressure and one side that's pulling stuff into it. So your low side, meaning your low pressure side, is where it's pulling things in. High pressure is where high pressure comes out. So, just like anything, it's all color-coded. Low is blue, high is red, yellow is neutral, that doesn't mean anything. And they just screw on. Yep, perfect. Next step we want to do is make sure that the valves are closed. Now, this is really something I was always taught was when you are working with these valves, you don't want to hammer them tight and you don't want to hammer them loose. Turn each to the right to make sure the valves are all the way shut. They should be because I just used them. Yep. Next step is to hook up each line one at a time. I would start with the high side. So what you do is you unscrew the red cap. Press that onto it. Yep, yep. And you see how that ring collet sits down on top of it? So, and then what I always do is give it a little, make sure that's seated real well. So do the same thing to the blue side and make sure you keep your caps. Perfect, perfect. That's the one I was worried about, so good. Next step is, I'm gonna grab that vacuum pump over there. And again, same thing, just snug is good. So go ahead and turn it on and see what happens. So that's a good sound, it's supposed to do that.
Okay.
So, the next step is we're gonna open both sides. And the reason is because we're gonna try and pull all the air, all the moisture, everything out of it from every single side. When we recharge it, we won't. We will only recharge from the low side. So, go ahead and open each valve all the way. Just until, yep, once it stops. Perfect. And you see how that jumped down instantly? And you can take this down if you want to look at it easier. So, where the 30 is, that's as low as it can go. So, we'll let this sit and run. Both sides will stay open. We'll hang it, chill out for a bit.
It looks like just shy of 29.
Then we're probably at 29. It's been running for the better part of 10 minutes. Go ahead and turn off the, turn that off. So, valves are still shut. Just double check just to make sure. Oh no, they are not.
They're open.
They are open. So you better shut those before you disconnect that or we lose all the vacuum. Yep, perfect. Exactly. All right, so now you're gonna hear some because that from that line to the manifold has vacuum on it. So when you disconnect it, you'll hear a, you know.
And that's not a problem.
That's totally normal. Yep, perfect. All right. So,
right, or should we do this?
Nope, I always do that first because with these new cans, so you screw, yep, that's on. Make sure that's all the way down. Cool.
Yes.
All right. Now, when you do this, you want to be quick about it. Would you like me to do the first one so I can show you?
Maybe that's a good idea.
Because as soon as you put pressure on this, it's going to want to open, and it's not going to be sealed. So you lose just a little bit. So you got to be quick. So I always turn it to the left, get it lined up, feel okay. It's sitting. Oh, there we go. So it locked into place now. I can. As soon as I start to feel any resistance, that's when I get my hand ready and it goes. Now, the next step. Slowly turn the top, the other, to open it. Yep, make sure that stays, just like that. Cool. All right, so, did you feel it like start to release and like it's getting a little cold already? So, what we're gonna do now is go start the car. So cool. Slowly open it and watch. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna watch that little bump. Yep, more. Yep, keep going. Just open it all the way now.
And it's okay that that went up?
Yeah, it's weird that it went back to back here. Let me check to make sure this is actually doing what it's supposed to do. So that's all the way there, that's all the way there. This is where I told you these are finicky. There. So you see how it was just too tight and it was warping it. So, you see how there's getting bubbles in it now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, press
Hear the
just
compressor
kicked on.
just kick on?
Yeah.
So just hold this like this.
And bubbling up is completely normal. Right?
Absolutely. So you're basically taking it right from here into the back of the...
Everything okay? Whoa!
That fitting's leaking.
Got a leaky fitting.
Yep.
Can we turn the car off?
Yep. Go ahead and twist that all the way. Yeah. No. It's just. Wow. Okay. That's my fault. Right there. That one's mine.
Oh, yikes!
So that O-ring was sticking out,
Oh no.
which it's not a big deal. No, we saw a leak. We stopped what we were doing, shut the valves off. So all it's done is lost a little bit of refrigerant.
So it's not like my whole engine's gonna explode or anything like that?
Not at all. Not at all. No. All you did was you.
All these stories about extra gaskets and everything like that freaking me out.
I would never, ever let you blow an engine out. All right,
Ooh, the
everything.
lines are cold now.
Oh yeah. So, we look, we see, we still have good pressure. We still have pressure. So we never lost pressure. So, let's turn the car back on.
Take your time to charm.
Go ahead and spin that all the way back open again. So, slowly open the low side again. Yep, and now just go all the way. Perfect. Cool. Keep an eye, you got your flashlight, keep an eye on that. So, you see how it's bubbling? That's totally good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it up just a little bit and give it a quick shake. Do you see anything in the sight glass?
No.
Alright, so this feels pretty light. It's pretty cold. It's probably empty. So, because normally if you shake it, you should feel something. So, it's all gas now. So what we'll do now is
Close.
Yep, close the low side. Close the can. Perfect. Unscrew the can from the glue. And there's going to be a little bit of leftover. And this one's dead. So, yep, remember, as soon as you get there, as soon as you get there, yep, perfect. Perfect. Good. That's about it. So, yep, process again. Open the can. Yep. Yep. Go ahead and open. Once you get to that first crack and it starts to open, then you can just go ahead and go all the way. Perfect. So, we'll just let it keep running like that. Let's shutting that down. I'll hold this. But you go inside the field. If it's getting cold, we're doing good.
Oh yeah, that's definitely getting cold.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's definitely getting cold.
Good. We're not seeing much cycling. That's pretty steady at 30-ish. That means we need a little bit more out of it.
I don't think so.
Cool. This feels pretty empty. Do you agree?
Yeah.
All right. I'll shut this. You shut that. And we'll swap cans again. Let's keep an eye on our sight glass. Now you see how it's climbing up?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is let it keep going, let it keep going. When it gets around 60, a little above 60, I'm going to shut the low side off, and we're just going to let it run. Just run for a minute or two and see how it levels out. How's it feeling? About half-ish?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see how high that pressure shot up? So we're going to shut that down. So the compressor just shut off.
With the right amount of refrigerant in, the compressor finally started cycling on and off, and it was really cool to see it working.
The pulley part spins, and then the clutch engages, and it turns on.
Okay, so that is it. Ross says that everything is looking pretty good. Is that
Yep.
it?
So once you take it, go drive it for about 5 minutes or so. See, does it keep staying cool? Does the engine, cool properly? And then bring it back in. Once you bring it back, drive it for the next couple of days. Once the next couple of days are gone, then you pull out your UV light in your glasses and go over all the fittings and all the lines and all your connections and make sure you don't see any green leak dye.
Cool.
And that's why we cleaned it off real good, so you don't get any lies.
Nice. Let's go for a drive.
Okay. A little dark, but we're good. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's get a little AC going. Ooh. Yeah. That's chilly. All right. It is cold in here.
Can you see my face?
I can actually, 'cause now we got some lights around us. The temperature, the car temp is doing good. So temp is doing good. It's kind of cold in here.
I'm chilly.
Yeah.
I could use a jacket. Well, the AC is definitely working. It actually got us a little cold in the car. With summer coming, yes, it's very good to have AC, but it also makes me think about the teachers in my life, whether it's in a formal classroom or someone just passing down their knowledge. So what I'm taking out of the garage is teachers are important. Thank you so much, Ross, for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this with us, and not only doing it, but also teaching me how to do it at the same time. I really appreciate it. Thank you as always to my executive producer, Drew Carter, and if you would like to support me, you can go to my website at elliesgarage.com where you can find links to my Patreon and to my merch. I'll see you next time in the garage.